Welcome everyone to we finally freaking have release also there. T2 22.6 Résistance released. You guessed it, finally all. Hopefully everything working, enough tested, enough is enough, and time to celebrate, right? Cheers. Some good stuff. Yeah, but the aftermath. So I hope it's amazing. Please download it, share, like, and subscribe. Patreon, YouTube membership, and all the good stuff. And if you just want to help, otherwise spread the word there on Twitter, Reddit, DistroWatch, your favorite news sites, Stop Suppressors, right, and the usual stuff. Every sharing and so on appreciated, as tiny little our distribution still is, and so any media news coverage, if you know someone in media or in news and so on, don't forget to drop them. Not obviously, as it's probably the only distribution supporting 24 architecture combinations, and we are working on supporting even more. So the crazy stuff is we finally have released. Yes, it's delayed, but the good thing is, I mean, not only we can finally work on our microkernel and have more fun, low-level fun here on this channel. I hope we don't break it again, which of course also depends on upstream Linux kernel and GCC and so on. So it is also a lot of work, attention to detail with RMAFI and other, just previous live stream today, last minute, like what the heck is going on with GCC, you know, multi-lab, you can't make this stuff up. So it will continue to be enormous work as senior usually on this channel to support all this stuff, because as I know, the next GCC LLM Clang update of course breaks something, and sure we keep ourselves busy supporting more exotic variants such as LLVM Clang only system. And also I have my video running. Some of this stuff is really slightly annoying at YouTube anyway, and some drop frames because Vodafone's failing. Docs stuff, but I will not live stream over LTE. So basically, kinda time to celebrate. I hope we get some news coverage. DistroWatch at least listed us, and yeah, feel free to test it. I tested it somewhat, but there's also a limit. We need for sure, except the microkernel, also continue the next big thing. Except the microkernel, also more testing, as we already started previous videos. So there will be even more programming in the terms of unit testing, quality assurance and stuff. So this stuff we can do also as usual. If you find typos, if you find bugs and problems and stuff, drop us a note here on this comments, on the mailing list, Discord, Patreon, and Reddit, of all the places. And if you didn't know that, we of course have a Reddit channel that you can also join there for free, of course, if you like Discord more than Reddit more than Discord. There you have that, and of course our Linux, but you guessed it, all over the internet. That is a crazy stuff, right? I pointed out basically running Linux distribution like this, especially supporting 24 architectures, a full-time job. It's like not a shabby hobby, right? A freaking full-time job. And then plus all the PR, right? I spent like even an hour just website, all the social media stuff, even freaking LinkedIn, sending my email template to the dozen of news sites that usually don't care and so on. So yeah, you can still upload that. Not sure what, how many votes does it not? Oh, why am I not? Okay, fine, not logged in, whatever. But no idea how many votes this right now had. Yes, of course, theoretically, once upon a time I did. Yeah, don't forget to like. So the crazy stuff is we can straight continue of workaholic and unsuccessful woman workaholic here, cheese. If I wouldn't have COVID last week, I would take the beer out, no, or champagne, or both. And so the crazy thing is, I still didn't even commit everything. So we have here some random hotfixes lingering around. Some are usable. I mean, this is a grave hack. This will not work, or at least most likely will not work. I just wanted to have the grub2 build do something. What do we have here? All right, it's probably so some the T2 release 22.6. Again, released with not everything in this tag because it's not even in trunk. So I have here 40 changes. They are not the most important. It's not the very best style. It's not like we would follow our own pro tips here and stuff. But Yeah, usually don't tag and release stuff without everything in you. But there is a limit, right? You've seen this. I've 6 months, 1,000 extra commits on the attention to detail. There is a limit of, because I would have had to commit it to trunk and merge it over to the tag. So like twice the work and copy and paste and stuff. And yeah, the problem is if I would have had committed that to trunk, I wouldn't have it in this working copy in this tag here. So this is why. Not ideal, but let's commit some other stuff. Also, where is this here? As I learned earlier, I think this should work. Or not. Oh wait, in merge it works, and in switch it doesn't. Okay, fine. HTTPS SVN at I think both works. What do I usually use stuff? Let's see. Connect to. Oh, does it not? So much typing that usually. So switching that to the trunk, and then also a tiny little bit of merges there, and like basically committing all the stuff, and then only 14. Should we not have more? Wait, here's some sort of more. Why are this only white versus previously, or was it? Wait, now I'm confused. Not previously. No, I need to be careful. Or did I? What do we have here? What did I freaking do here? Oh, 46. I think maybe only packages. Yeah. So let's gradually commit this stuff. It is crazy but you see it here live on YouTube, right? Basically every day and night, full time. Also glue. All right, I did not even commit this glue stuff. So that is also the lib64 fix glue to install libdir. Because I mean it's tiny little cleanup, but there's a limit. Alright, so then let's update also this cron stuff. This is also a last minute change for Musel. This is not really tested, but should be avoid ld config not found. It's not really, it's not, yeah, kind of error warning. Diagnostic for non, or like at least Musel. I think actually uselib probably has it. With theoretically this could get further cleanups, and also you don't see this because it is this is okay, fine. Let's manually position that for you playing along at home today. Of course, I'm in good mood with that release, so that is probably better for you reading along at home. And you see 40, I don't commit 40 things, and I don't have to in my working copy, and then I need to merge them. Yeah, there's a limit. If someone would pay me $1 million, like, then yes, but not for a hobby. Actually, we could commit them separate. Oh, wait a second. This one is even superfluous. This didn't even hit grub 2. I tried that first, but it didn't do something useful. So it didn't came. The problem is the relocation out of range there for whatever bit size it is. That somehow yeah, it's not my thing. I write a microkernel someone. So. This is not really fixed. This is like changed grub 2 to build ARM EFI instead of U-boot, because it is worthless to me. I'm not sure what ARM EFI, but anyway, at least by default. So all of this stuff is in the build. I only noticed this because I couldn't build the T2 error out with... actually, I wonder what we did last time for ARM, but whatever. And so that errored out with T2 ISO not being able to find the EFI files. Change grub2 to build arm if instead of uboot by default. It's also crazy. Just a testament, right? Why do I do this stuff? I mean, I would normally sit here, and I also can ask you, like, if you install T2, download it now, ask me anything right now. And just to document what sheer amount of domain or work and domain knowledge, what is this? With attention to detail, right? So I'll write. I need a CDR kit of all things, so fix CDR kit for, we can only build currently HFS Apple Power Mac bootable ISOs with CDR kit, so fix CDR kit to build with latest GCC and fcommon. There. So this is probably, yeah, this is ARM also installing an image. Approved or looks kernel to install ARM, so the 2 image wise. This is, by the way, days of work. If you're wondering, where's all the stuff? This is all the stuff of my sitting at midnight at home, sitting with COVID in bed, and lunch break, and other fun stuff here at work at extra code and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is over weeks and weeks how you get to all this stuff. Also, we have, this is not really a fix. This is like hot glue, just hiding like quick grub2. But everyone has this issue also. Is it Debian or so? It's if you Google this error of relocation, whatever, PC relative of something, you will find multiple Google hits, but nobody cared enough to fix this, right? And I don't have grub2 32-bit RISC-V iffy stuff, so like at least we have something that we built the ISO, like all the other stuff works, and how you boot it, it's like, yeah, maybe it even works accidentally, I guess maybe not, but probably this needs a fix in GCC or binutils or both. It doesn't show sounds as too negative. Quick grab to build some image for now. It's like, it's not technically correct. It's like, yeah, like target not reachable from, yeah. Patches will come. So not all of the stuff we need, some of the stuff is, yeah, so I also even spent like 30 minutes Firefox X32, it didn't really got this to work. It should be possible to get working, but that is for another day. I will not even commit everything, so like font config is, for what did we need that for? Some bootloader, for something, I even forgot what exactly that was. Maybe LibreOffice WebKit. It was something that doesn't matter. I will not commit. This is just enabling this for native. Something needed that, whatever. Maybe I think it actually was LibreOffice to me, but yeah, I'm not going to commit that today. As long as we don't really need it. And so GCC. So that is. By the way, I tested that, right? What we live streamed earlier today with last minute Musel, because obviously testing, what's not tested is broken, and of course it was broken, like partially broken. Hot fix, or is it already fixed? GCC x86. I mean, the art of writing commit messages, right? If you, I don't know, leave in the comments below if you like my commit messages and style, but that is even an art and difficult, right? Like how to phrase it to reflect some reality. Multi-lib, how is it? Configuration to. So this is even Musel disabled to not use lib64 as seen in previous live stream. GCC x86 Musel disabled. Yeah, that's something. I could call it default too, but no, whatever. So just rushing through all these changes. So why do I have this here? All right, this was just, I tested here something. Never mind. And then, what else do we have here? From 40 changes, oh, 37, oh, so many changes. Yeah, here's some random garbage, and this needs to be done better. It's even not even to commit. Why do you have CMakes here? Why is your CMake? Ah, right, I think this was from some bloody git checkup of some random, maybe even LVM. Actually, I think it's LVM Clang. This is also super silly, but it's not my project. So, you know what we do? We first run this commit stuff here, then it, by the way, I hope we, did we, yeah, T2, not that we accidentally on live on this channel, sometime committing everything to random stuff. So I've run this commit once, so that we have the copyright copyright text generated there, and then we can just svnci cherry pick, because this is all the stuff that also, for example, here. So this are all other changes. Actually, my own commit script is actually not too bad, because you see what you're committing. Maybe I use it after all. So this is needed because a 64-bit one is gset compressed, the other not. So adapt risk. Wait a second, is it RISC-V? No, ARM. This is actually ARM. ARM boot ISO for non-gset compressed Linux kernel image. Actually, maybe we can also postfix that with 32 adapted or fixed. Maybe fixed. And was this technically? I mean, it's also often advertising, right? How do you you can, of course, the art of writing these messages, and also you can hide a lot of negativity and bugs and stuff if you like. There's always a way to phrase it more positively, right? Instead of fixed, I mean, theoretically it's a fix because it didn't freaking generate anything. So, I mean, fixed might better show, like, if we are honest, oops, come on. If we are honest, if we call it fixed, or my changelog parsing stuff for PR emails would pick it up as fixed, so it's theoretically fixed things. So there is positive framing more important than you commit things, you text post-processing metadata extraction stuff to something. This is, by the way, a little bit it's a little bit dangerous here. In, like, if you have both, it will not work, but as long as each variant only installs. Actually, did I test this with? Yeah, I think the ARM64 only installs .gz. But this is kind of stuff. This is if you need to narrow this further down, you need actually more code of if then the other or something. So then the next thing, what do we have here? I think so. This might be something simple as is it important? You know what? Should we commit this already? I'm not sure if that did something. Should this already work? Actually, I forgot, to be honest, whether that worked. Do I have that noted down in my QEMU test stuff here? So I did this in the hope that this ARM thing. I don't have that here yet. Good that we. Do they have? Let's check quickly. Also, yeah, this random stuff that our subscribers like here, right? If you have not yet subscribed, that is free there with the button below. Otherwise, yeah, it would be amazing if you should like and subscribe. Patreon stuff. This random stuff that people like here, random testing and random stuff. So that would be QEMU. I don't know what is wrong with my type of system. ARM. Do they have? Is it capital word? Maybe it does. No graphics. And then kernel. Actually, we have an image here now. Does this? Actually, I'm not even sure. Alright, maybe the issue was with this bloody image. This is also... no graphic, I guess. Alright, and also serial standard I/O monitor also. Darn, what was the... Amon, what did I? Amon. I think maybe both works, but let's use that. Okay, that doesn't do something instantly. So it might be AMA0 something. Or do I have this in? I think that probably worked. Yeah, TTY AMA0. So that worked. But apparently, so yeah, it needs more debugging, whatever is. This is, I said it in this QEMU testing video, I wish this kind of stuff, although once it was super slow, but I guess as long as it takes, it's probably operation TTY as 0, probably not. Yeah, so that does not yet work. What do we have this enabled? Yeah, this is why I enabled that. Maybe it needs, I don't know what else. Maybe it needs more serial stuff. Yeah, this is also not the most easy to debug. Maybe see with QEMU where it's stuck. Either load some other distributions image and see what is different. Maybe in the config, and it might be otherwise. We could also try CPU max and AMA0. No, still doesn't do something. Yeah, this needs more groove meditation. We could copy that already. I would think it should be possible in 30 minutes to, but we figure out what's. I think it should work. Maybe, yeah, whatever. If you have some patch or clue, then leave those comments below. QEMU. I mean, we could commit this other word machine thing so to guide other people. So what do we have here? We had here the system of having this stuff later. Oh wait, also I think did I copy that wrong? No, it's the right place. So kernel, so I use the same system here. Kernel, that one, init.rd, and then no graphics. Kernel we had, yeah, something like that. 512 didn't have that, but whatever. And what else? I deleted something. Alright, this was -m word CPU max maybe to do nothing yet there like some others. At least that is already documented. So maybe I leave committing that. What a bloody virus. I mean, it's 95% gone. So obviously, I mean, lucky that I have nothing more, hopefully. But certainly annoying anyway, also for you to listen. So, Motorola 68K, that is a more major change that actually freaking works. I even personally tested that in QEMU. So that's completely rewriting that from a fixed Amiga config to reworked. What was it? Linux something, right? To from hard-coded Amiga to modular D2 with IntelliJ default to work in QEMU. Certainly much more, by the way, I hope it, yeah, I guess it commits both. Reworked architecture from hard-coded Amiga to modular D2. Oh man. To modular T2 with something of that sort. Next, see tiny little bit of change. I think MIPS is the same to actually freaking work here. Maybe in yeah, that is a stupid change, but architecture MIPS basically the same. Which one even was that? Let's copy that here. You see how much time this takes, and this is all the extra time it would have taken, even more time to merge everything back and forth. What was this one? Maybe we first do that one. I think RISC-64 was working. Yeah, so this was working. To run QEMU 2. I didn't have that much luck with the RISC-32 one. I would have thought it does work. I have a similar stuff, but somehow it doesn't. I googled that, so yeah. I said earlier with the ARM should be possible to get this working in 30 minutes. I spent already the 30 minutes on this stuff. I mean, yeah, maybe we commit this. To yeah, for me it's obviously the one who's doing it right. So yeah, it is simply crazy how much time. This is similar to what I said previously with QEMU, Linux kernel QEMU. I wish stuff would be more compatible by default or more generically working and stuff. It is crazy how much time, not only this but everything like GCC, LM Clang, LibreOffice or other big, like, you know, all the IT tech projects constantly fail everywhere. It's crazy what time grab or time supermassive black holes and things, all those IT things are. And welcome everyone, welcome from work. So you're saying when microkernel version 30, yeah, if that means year 2030, then probably what year do we have 20? Maybe earlier. So as you see, I worked tremendously hard to get all those attention to details and little corrections patch. I mean, to some stuff, sure, Debian supports a lot, but some architecture and combinations, T2 is the only distribution who probably ships it, like Neos 2 or Arc or stuff. Not sure if Debian has those. And we will probably add a couple of more ones just for fun and troll the Linux people on the internet and stuff. But now, as you've seen, this is a hopefully very solid base, and we have more people to contribute to T2 that I hopefully from now on will accept spending a little bit more time with my company and family and stuff, probably again in the next weeks and months, but then for sure for this winter, more quality YouTube videos and also more quality microkernel. And yes, it will not be as performant, but it will be more fun and stable, hopefully. More kernel compatible, but not yet fully working. Change to kernel compatibles, like, yeah, I wish it would, but it isn't. It's be needed there. But yeah, again there, yeah, for ARM and 32-bit ARM and 32-bit RISC-V, I will probably spend eventually some time on this, if not someone else send some nice patches for that. But, I mean, a little time. I would hope like in 30 minutes with some on the couch at night or stuff, I figure out what config or incompatibility is holding this up. But otherwise, I would love more, because I don't even like the RISC-V stuff with open kernel stuff. So I'm with my own from scratch low level code, then it would be nice if it works, but yeah. So now we have significantly dropped frames because no, it's really garbage. Can't make this failing here. No, it's yeah, some drop frames. It's yeah. Pedro agrees, prefers stability over performance. Having stuff constantly break gets tiresome really fast. Yeah, ask me, 20 years of no life on this channel, getting all this open source, major, like not like some hobby projects, but major GCC. Even you tell, like just today, right? You tell GCC disable multilib or stuff, and it's like, no, you ask for disable multilib, you still get some residual multilib stuff. It's set. I should have said with the GCC stuff earlier. This is exactly why we can't have nice things, right? You tell this disable multilib. Actually, we probably could double check that. This would be Muso. Not that I say something wrong here, but I guess this is multilib. Yeah, disable multilib. Pass through, yeah. You tell GCC, hey, disable freaking multilib, and GCC, you know what? You anyway get some leftover multilib stuff, because that is for sure what you ask for, right? When you configure it with freaking disable multilib. But mostly vanilla, right? It's like, maybe I should update. I mean, yeah, we next also. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's your unsuccessful little hobby project, and you basically, it's a full-time thing, right? Maybe I should mostly just raw Linux, where we didn't had to patch the most annoying freaking bugs away, or something of that sort. So some of the stuff is random garbage. For example, that is just some typo. Kind of typo, anyway. Eventually we should commit this. The question is, do we commit this today, or what did we had? I think this was a little bit more, right? This was probably... How long is it, by the way? Probably already 30 minutes, just committing some... oh, man. Yeah. Mask up in public, man. In architecture, so we have also some new stuff here that we've got to Urea, right? This is just some random stuff. And so what do we have? Oh, this was OLPC. I think we tested that for Spark, right? So basically we deleted a lot of stuff there and moved that to this new small config for better reusability. I mentioned this already, just now we commit this. Linux config, the Spark one, and what did I apparently run something wrong? Did I not just svnet this? I see already there. Peripheral vision, drop frames, thanks for nothing Vodafone. You had one job and you can't do internet. We know that already. Just getting tired for this random live streams too. Waste all my LTE bandwidth. Let's... Yeah, 2.33 Mbit, too much for our nominal 50. At Vodafone docs, it just said 1, 3. there. Let's live stream with 2 Mbit. Maybe that doesn't drop as many frames. So now second time's the charm here of just double, so there's some extra, not the most important, just let's delete that extra new line and factored out small Linux from Spark. By the way, I think this copy and paste glitch is only with Firefox. I need to check. It could still be. Maybe it's through Xviolent and. Oh no, actually, I use Firefox native though. But, from Linux to new. Oops, new and reusable. Got that. I think we tested that the other day, some days ago, that this doesn't result in any change of configuration. We were pros there with that, I hope. And last but not least, so we are getting to an end. And then we could see if we made it in some more news. What do we have here? So yeah, this is... And we certainly still have even more stuff to do, right? P3, now we probably hopefully can continue with some more fun stuff. Alright, this was just a comment that we did this morning. Yeah, I guess we commit this better. I said this, it's probably better style to comment 36. Yeah, something of that sort. Just so that, because even for me it was not obvious on a first glance why we had done that. What is with this mosh thing? Was this just, maybe this was just a version? Oh no, I don't even remember what that was. Not sure why I'd done that. Anything else? I think that's that here. We're finally done. So all of the stuff also backup, right? My subversion repository backup commit early. Often other people can work on it. If other people build, they don't work with the same Linux config stuff. All in all, good style. And okay, we have here data. Did some Giggle. I've seen that. So yeah, that's that. Recurrently whole freaking lot of work running your Linux distribution, so don't do that. Play along at home with our hopefully amazing and just finally released 22.6. Also for the release stuff, I'm somewhat what to do, right? As people ask microkernel. I will also make a video there on the More Main channel. If you have not realized, we have 2 channels, the more random stuff here and the More Main channel. There's so much to do, right? I could make T2 better. I'm aware it's not the most user-friendly distribution. Like making more KDE and GNOME stuff more amazing by default, more usable for normal people. But there are already 1,900 and probably 9 Linux distributions out there, and T2 is good for what I needed. I'm aware it's not like the most user-friendly, but there are already probably 2 user-friendly Linux distributions out there, and not the 1,907 others, but there's already enough choice, and I want mostly to satisfy my and our needs here. And that's certainly good reason enough. And there are very few distributions like T2, basically documenting all those configuration details, metadata, patches, and so on, as readable, as scalable, and as cross-compiling as that. Sure, there's build root and stuff and other things, but mostly superfluous and stuff. They, instead of doing build root, everyone could have just used T2 array for 15 years. Anyway, so instead of, I also want to do something else. Sure, I could sit here and make T2 more usable, and over the time we will do, but the highest priority is people asking also other stuff. Let's see if, like, to have more amazing choice in the IT landscape, like the microkernel. That is probably more important than having a third most user-friendly Linux distribution. It's already enough for me to have the most cross-compiling and readable documented Linux distribution. And simply because also the major thing is actually that I'm not the biggest fan of the C code base that is all the Linux ecosystem, right? Previous videos and more on the more on that. So we basically use the open source components that are unfortunately C, which is not the most amazing thing, as we're currently seen here on this channel, and all the security vulnerabilities. And so I rather start something. Yes, there's Rust, which has other problems, but for me, I just want to experiment and do some proper research with some entirely different things. And that is not what the Linux and C-based ecosystem is, which of course we will continue to maintain. You don't need to worry that T2 will disappear and go away after 20 years, obviously not, and so 25 years. One thing is also, by the way, as you see, as hard as we tried, this is, we wanted to release at Christmas, and then we found issues and more issues and stuff, attention to detail. So it is actually nearly a year after 21.7 Rebel Alliance, and I said always, let's maybe Dater, aka Epic Thread Ripping Horizon, build ISOs monthly, also, or like maybe weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, and like given this is 12 months, give or take, kind of sorta, and given how much work it is, if we just build stuff automatically weekly, it will be too broken, because every update will, I also don't have the time to fix stuff weekly, right? So it will be more concentrated. So I will probably more target 6 months after like this odyssey here of keeping this resistance alive. I will probably target every 6 months. That is probably a more healthy schedule. It will be difficult enough to keep everything building. I will also not, I mean, we fixed so much stuff and made it more generically configured and stuff, and like also working in QEMU, which is certainly also amazing for you playing along at home, like if your T2 default kernel is mostly working in QEMU, if you don't have the exotic hardware to test stuff. So 6 months release schedule is more healthy and more what like everyday working on it time I have with that 24/7, 365 or so. But the next releases will probably also not be as big, right? It will be more normal updates like latest GCC, latest Linux kernel. And maybe we will try to add some variants. Like 2 years ago, I did this LVM Clang, like GNU-less, only LVM, although it didn't have grub. It's probably totally broken because upstream LVM Clang, of course, had to change their mono repository stuff. So I spent, that is a sad thing, right? I spent probably 2 full days, like for easily 16 hours, or maybe even like 20 hours with all the after work and nighttime stuff. And that is a recurring thing, right? For 20 years I spent time in this super massive black hole that is this open source C-based ecosystem of everyone upstream, always breaking everything. And I get to work, and then people break it upstream, just like, and then people on like Linux news sites, like for running, praise it of like LLVM Clang mono repositories. Like, have you even freaking built it? What does it even mean? Do you even know what it means? It means it breaks all the stuff cross-compiling, and you can't even easily, like, good luck bootstrapping this stuff, like, which we are like so nearly only people who so clearly bootstrap all the compiler infrastructure. So yeah, I would love to add like GNU-less of, we can't build glibc, we can't, not even sure if we can currently build the Linux kernel for x86, So we need to use Musel because glibc the last time I tried didn't build with Clang. The last time I tried we can't also build grub 2, so it's also why we didn't release it. It was a nice experiment. But such kind of stuff I would try to add, but only if it doesn't take more like 8 hours, which is obviously, imagine how many people on a recurring basis donate 8 hours of their precious IT workday to open source, right? Which, why you want to share, like, and subscribe and Patreon, all this good stuff, yeah, probably. We might add some other exotic architectures just because, like, I have some that might build easily, and some of those we probably continue to add. So means just for the lols and trolls. All right, Blackfin is actually mostly. Also, yeah. So some of the stuff. So the next years we'll probably try to target 30 architectures just for the Guinness World Record kind. Maybe we even try just for the fun of it get into the Guinness World Record book thing there of like Linux distribution with the most architectures, and just for like fun like that, I would add here some more. Also, I think maybe we didn't ship Spark 64, did we? I think we didn't. Yeah, we didn't. So it's mostly built, but doesn't boot something reasonable today. Previous video I built something bootable on my Spark Station 2 3 years ago there on the main channel. Wasn't entirely stable even in old versions because upstream removed stuff. So yeah, this would be nice. So yeah, we easily find like 5. If we make an LVM Clang only, like GNU-less LVM Clang only distribution, we have 26, and then like 4 like Spark. Not sure, like, yeah, something somewhat usable here. Or this Chinese long song actually, or was it a long arch? What even is it, long arch or something? Not that I'm the biggest fan of the stuff, but this is kind of stuff that what we can easily add in some hours, and it's mostly built without too much waste of my time. Then we add some of those. Patches welcome, comments as well, and so on. Pedro would, let's just make this, would like to become more robust. I mean, I think I made it more robust with the 6 months of extra work of all the architectures, like more booting in QEMU, like grub and stone stuff. Always install some stuff. T2 Unbreakable, relatively. Yeah, Unbreakable is always relative. If you rm-rf, for me the biggest thing is, I'm totally aware that probably the biggest thing that more normal people would want is like a graphical installer. Yeah, but I personally usually don't need it. This is why there's of course a huge gap and disparity of like normal Joe users wanting a maybe live system booting to UI and installing that. Actually, that might actually be somewhat easy. So yeah, but the thing is also, I mean, I don't really need it. For me, for 20 years I installed like this. I don't have a major problem with anything. It's also huge work, right? Rewriting. If you write this installer scripting stuff that we have 20 years of all those architectures, you easily again burn 6 months with this kind of endeavor, and then I rather write the microkernel. So, but patches welcome. We made actually this questionnaire. The reason is I actually do take this questionnaires. Here's some mod series that I constantly do there, mostly on the more main channel, and now if I'm at my logged in with that one, I don't see my own polls here. So yeah, we've done that. Thanks for your voting. We had here like what's the most important, and here maybe in which way, major way, and would you prefer to Linux installer to improve? Comments below. So yeah, graphical. But even then, with our, I mean, 60 votes is not too little. Sometimes we even have over 100 votes, which obviously only increases with the more people subscribe. But there's also, I mean, this is we will support this sometime soon, actually, just for the fun of it, as this is nowadays otherwise of some people's preferred installation method. But even then, it's like nearly half graphical installer and nearly half better text installer. The thing is, with better text installer, I just added here some random guesses. I'm personally not even the most sure what I would call a better text installer, to be honest. So, yeah. Comments always welcome, right? Because just like I want that doesn't help me the most if yeah, also Discord if you wanna join this fun stuff. Maybe Violet, let's check how many, if you probably want to upvote that here, because otherwise, of course, it is only good social media interaction and PR if people actually also, yeah. Somehow I think this copy and pasting only happens with Firefox for whatever crazy reasons. Or other people, I think I also use this text selection thing, this old-fashioned, like not supported with Windows and Mac. Yeah, so much to not even seeing how many likes we got. But at least we are on DistroWatch. Ready. Let's see. Yeah, there we are. Do people comment there? I think they comment somewhere? I guess it should be possible somewhere, doesn't it? Anyway, so you can share, like, and subscribe, vote and stuff. So, I guess that's it. Enough talking for today. Here, another over hour gone. At least this stuff is in. Actually, I might have a few more changes though. What was that? Not sure why I was this incompatible with something. Not even. So this is my. Don't even quite remember why I had that here though. Better revert it and accidentally committed. But yeah, totally no efforts and stuff. And I'm sure, so what will also continue, I basically also, I didn't press enter enough, so I copy and pasted that and wanted to post it obviously. That sounds like not the worst thing to do here though. But okay, fine, I don't need it today. So I need to think, I mean, the thing is like doing more quality assurance and test suite. I mean, doing test suite is for most people not the most fun, especially if you already like spent 20 plus years on running a Linux version. Then the least fun thing you want to do is like writing a test suite, which is only why I only now started. Someone also like leave in the comments below how many other Linux distributions have a test suite, right? But so yeah, I need basically make an own schedule for myself now that we've done that. So maybe the major things, so obviously microkernel, more test suite, I mean, it's also basically probably to grow the YouTube channel also, which is also fun. Do other random tech stuff. I continue to neglect the security stuff. We have new security vulnerabilities, which probably I should also make a shout out like tomorrow. Actually, I wanted as a New Year resolution have like a weekly IT news thing, which probably I should get back to. And the thing is, it actually grows. Maybe it's probably a better service for most people than this random code stuff here. Grows the YouTube channel probably easier to make some sense here with this hobby. And also even better information, right? Better information for you than random code, and grow the channel with more random IT people, and even more fun, right? Because obviously selecting other people's security vulnerabilities and speaking about this is also more fun than this dry and hard work of keeping all the stuff building, and especially others people's C code, right? So yes, that's it for this video. Finally, all the stuff is in trunk. I hope you learned something as usual, even with this kind of stuff. If you have priorities, tips and tricks, as usual, leave in the comments below, or Discord, Reddit, or Twitter, and otherwise. Especially this sharing here with news sites, it's super difficult. When you are Google and Facebook and Apple, and everyone talks about you, and if you're a small little Linux distribution, even if it's one of those supporting the most architectures and cross-compiling the most and stuff, then it's like big news. It's like, yeah, you whatever, never heard about this. So all the sharing, liking, and subscribing, especially in terms of this release series, if you have some 5 minutes of your day, would be amazing if you really share, like, and subscribe with news there, like Linux Magazine. As usual, I see people, but even Germany, right? We're in Germany here. Even the big news like Heise and Golem, actually, we could check it for a second. I don't have high hopes. I CC'd them. I don't have the highest hopes that they just, but of course they didn't. I am aware that these are big news sites, but the crazy thing is even other small DIY projects get more attention than a freaking Linux distribution made in the heart of Europe. So that's why I'm not kidding and not making fun out of. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next, and now really finally more fun stuff to come.